more like, hey, look at me everybody, I'm taking a picture. Who was the fool that just went on a trip and got burnt and then couldn't sit in the sun for the next few days when she was on the trip? Love that for me. Hello everyone, welcome to or welcome back to my YouTube channel. We're going to be talking about spring break essentials. I actually just recently went on a trip, so I feel like I am covered, and I'm going to share with you all the tips and things that you need to have a successful spring break. My name is Taylor. If you're new here, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and let's get started. A lot of the things that I'm going to be talking about are like warm weather, hot weather related, but even if you're not going on a trip where it's warm, you can still take a few of these tips along the way. But I recently went to Florida, so I was in a hot environment. I'm going to start with the fashion category, first starting with swimwear. Obviously you need some cute bikinis. My favorites are from Skims. I get so many compliments on these. They're really great quality, very basic bikinis, but they're so cute, so comfortable, and you can like rewear them throughout your trip. I just recently picked up this one right here. It's just a chocolatey brown color, and I will leave links to other options in the description below. One of my favorite things right now are those crochet cover-ups. I actually picked up two recently from Amazon and one that I recently took on my beach trip. I posted a picture of me in it on Instagram and everyone was like raving about it, messaging me like, this is so cute, where did you get it? It was from Amazon, which I am so surprised. It came very quickly, which is another bonus, especially if you're traveling like next week. You can probably get this on Prime shipping, but I just got the skinnier strapped one and then one that kind of has like a t-shirt style. I haven't worn the t-shirt style yet, but it was from the same company and it looked a little bit different than the picture, but it still gets the job done. It's still very cute. Most of the time when I'm traveling, I am usually only bringing a carry-on and a personal item, so I'm kind of limited on what I can pack with me, and I feel like shoes are one of the things that I have the hardest time packing. I always overpack or underpack shoes, and I figured out, I think, the in-between of exactly what you need during a spring break trip. So of course, number one is sneakers. I always wear sneakers when I'm in the airport, anything where you're walking for a long distance and it goes with your outfit. I brought my On Cloud running sneakers and actually got a compliment on these when I was wearing them. They're just clean white sneakers. They're not a street style sneaker, so you can like do exercise classes, say if you spontaneously wanted to do an exercise class when you're there. Then of course flip-flops, and I am no fancy person when it comes to flip-flops. Having some like slip-on flip-flop from Old Navy does the job. And then I think it's a great idea to have some type of fancy sandal that you can dress up or dress down, and then you could maybe bring another heeled shoe option, but honestly every time I bring an abundance of shoes I end up wearing max 3 pairs. Another thing that I always forget until last minute when I'm packing and going through my list is some type of baseball hat. I prefer a trucker hat. These are just great to have in the mornings when you're walking around, and especially at the beach. I don't tan my face, and of course having my eyes covered. I think these cute sunglasses from Amazon, I posted a picture wearing them. I love them. I wanted to quickly talk about how to prep for a trip. So obviously this is a packing video, but prep is also very important. I don't know about you guys, but I always feel like I need to be tan before I go on a trip because one, I will burn, and two, I will look silly wearing all my summer clothes looking this pasty white. I highly suggest self-tanning like 1 to 2 days before your trip. If you're flying early that next morning, do it the day before so you don't have to get up and like wash it off in the shower. If you guys want to see a whole self-tanning routine, I have tried so many different products and I feel like I've mastered the trade. Let me know in the comments down below. Okay, a couple other essentials I would say are liquid IV. That's an obvious one. Keep yourself hydrated throughout the trip. Don't get hungover. And sunscreen. Okay, my favorite sunscreen is the Elta MD tinted sunscreen because it does leave a tint on my face, but you cannot forget to wear body sunscreen. Who was the fool that just went on a trip and got burnt and then couldn't sit in the sun for the next few days when she was on the trip? It was me. I did that. Yeah, so I ended up burning the weirdest spots, my shoulders and my feet, so I was really uncomfortable and literally had to sit in an umbrella the rest of the trip because there was overcast and it was windy and I was like, oh, the UV is only 6, I'll be fine. I wasn't fine. So I highly encourage you to either pack a travel size sunscreen or go to like a CVS or Target nearby to pick one up. I personally think you should pack one because then you'll force yourself to put it on, but yeah, wear your sunscreen. Moving on to the beauty portion of this video, video, I personally feel like I never do my hair when I'm on vacation, especially when I go to Florida because the humidity is there, or I go to the beach and I'm like, I really don't feel like doing my hair after the beach. So I highly encourage you to talk with your family members, talk with your friends on who's bringing what hair tools. Realistically, we can get away with packing one curling iron, one straightener, one waver, and usually if you're staying in a hotel, they will supply a blow dryer, but if they don't, I would bring that too. But don't overdo it with the hair tools. There's been so many times where I pack every single hair tool that I own, telling myself I'm gonna use it, and I don't. I ended up just putting my hair in a slick back bun and calling it a day. Speaking of slick back bun, I highly encourage you to bring a tease brush to be able to slick your bun back, and maybe one of those wax sticks, but I also suggest using or bringing those little plastic hair ties so that you can braid your hair if you wanted to. Just keep it very simple because I promise you, you want to have room in your luggage to shop potentially. Another thing related to the hair category is bringing a shower cap. Luckily, the hotel that I was staying at supplied one. I am someone who doesn't wash my hair every day, but I do shower every day, so I have to cover my hair somehow, and at home I have a shower cap, but on vacation it's like the worst feeling when you're like, oh my gosh, my hair's gonna get wet, it's gonna get frizzy, it's gonna get gross. Now on to just packing in general. I feel like I always used to have the biggest struggle packing everything in my luggage, and then I literally wouldn't be able to buy a single thing when I was on a trip. That does not happen to me anymore because I do use packing cubes, and let me tell you, these are a game changer because you put all of your outfits together, and I truly feel confident. I'm like, okay, this one has my pajamas, this one has my jeans, this one has all of my dress tops. It makes organization a lot easier, but it also gives you a lot of space and room to pack things. So I literally just roll up everything and put them in a cube and pack it in my bag. I wanted to talk about a few different bag options. I'm not very picky about my luggage. I need to get a new luggage, but if you are going on like a weekend trip where it's maybe just a few nights, I think you can get away with using the Beis Weekender tote. This bag is a little bit too big to be considered a personal item. At least that's what I think. I was almost like too afraid to bring it as a personal item and then have my carry-on luggage. But this is the perfect bag. Has a million different compartments if you're just using that as your luggage. I also have a bag from Cara, which I will also leave in the description below. I actually made a video for them a couple years ago, and I use this bag all the time. The nice thing about it too is that you can wear it on your back, so that was actually my personal item. I had a backpack and then I had a carry-on bag. I feel like I've said bag like a million times. Do not forget to bring a beach bag. It doesn't have to be anything fancy, but I experienced accidentally forgetting a beach bag and having to carry everything in like a plastic grocery bag. Not the worst thing, but not the best thing, because obviously you're like, oh, I didn't come prepared and it's probably not big enough. It's gonna get all sandy. Bring a beach bag. And lastly, two kind of like techie things, whether you're a content creator or you just like taking pictures when you're on vacation, which everyone loves to do. I highly suggest if you're bringing a camera to bring something like this. It has all of the connections so that if you have an iPad or a computer, you can just pop your chip in and connect it to whatever device you're using and load the photos on. That's exactly what I did for these photos here. I took these on a camera and then loaded them up on my iPad and was able to upload them that night. And then of course, everyone has it, everyone owns it. It is that famous Amazon light to make your pictures look really nice. This thing has been my best friend. It's kind of embarrassing. I feel like it's a little much. It's very bright. It's less like clicking and turning on the flash, more like, hey, look at me everybody, I'm taking a picture. But honestly, it makes pictures look so good. I'll put a couple examples here of what I took just because this light makes all the difference. That is it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and follow me on my other social media channels. I have Instagram and TikTok that I post on pretty frequently as well. Thank you guys again, and I will talk to you all in my next video. Bye!